Hello, my viewers, the children of God in the four corners of the earth. Igbala-ikehin. I quickly want to bring to the knowledge of my viewers the purpose of the calling, the primary purpose of the calling of Igbala-ikehin to the end time generation. The purpose of God's calling of myself as Igbala-ikehin to the end time generation is to fulfill God's promise over the remnants, which is to take us to the promised land of heaven. Just as God's calling upon Moses to bring out the children of Israel from the land of Egypt, the land of bondage, the land of afflictions, to their promised land in which he has promised to Abraham. If you read the book of Genesis, right from chapter 12, when Abraham was called, God promised him that where he established after he separated from Lot, is going to give it to his children, which are the children of Israel. So God determined to fulfill the promise of giving them the land of promise, which is Canaan, by raising Moses. In this end time generation, God has also promised his people, his children, by raising his covenant. He has made this promise right from the days of Noah, by establishing an everlasting covenant with Noah, with the covenant of rainbow. In this end time, God has fulfilled the covenant of rainbow as the kingdom ministry of Igbala-ikehin. This covenant is to avert every plans of the devil for God to destroy the earth again, and is to fulfill two major covenants that will bring about his children in this end time generation to inherit his promised land. And what are the two covenants God has determined to fulfill over the remnants of the earth by the kingdom ministry of Igbala-ikehin? Number one is the covenant of redemption, according to the book of Romans chapter 8 verse 19 to 23. And also the second covenant God has determined to fulfill is the covenant of salvation of the end time generation. This is the covenant which God has purposely established this kingdom of Igbala-ikehin upon. So when these two covenants is fulfilled, the two covenants is a symbolic of milk and honey, which God stated concerning the land of promise of the Israel of old, that the land is flowing with milk and honey. The milk and honey, which is the symbolic of two covenants which God is fulfilling now in the kingdom ministry of Igbala-ikehin. Number one, the covenant of redemption from the bondage of corruption that is in the world, particularly in this end time. And the second covenant is the covenant of salvation of the end time. And when God fulfilled this, everyone that received the fulfillment will be privileged to enjoy the covenant promise of God, which is heaven. The new Jerusalem is the place where God has prepared, which our Lord Jesus Christ stated in the book of John chapter 14, verse 2 and 3. God, by this covenant, has also preserved and prepared the place for his people. In 2015, he fulfilled the covenant by translocating me to see this covenant land, which is the heaven, the new Jerusalem he has prepared. And after that revelation, it is a fulfillment, the reality, but it looks like revelations. And after that, God told me to go and begin to prepare his people for this promised land, the covenant land, which is heaven, the new Jerusalem. That is the land that God has prepared for the end-time generation, that is flowing with milk and honey, redemption and the salvation of his people, that we may be able to inherit our desolate heritage in this end time, as we all remain rapturable at rapture, according to book of Isaiah chapter 49 from verse 6 and also verse 8. May the Lord bless you as you desire to be part of this covenant land. Our promised land in this end time generation is more of a spiritual promised land, not a physical land. I pray your portion in this promised land of heaven will not be missing in the name of God the Almighty. Remain rapturable.